I'm going to show you how to replace the spark plugs on your 2013 to 2020 Ford Fusion, specifically with a 2-liter, and this is going to be on the hybrid. Whether you have the hybrid or not, this process is going to be the same for spark plugs. First thing we've got to do is remove this cover right here. It also houses your air filter. We're going to go ahead and do that, but we'll do it off camera. If you are going to replace your air filter, you just have these 7mm fasteners, or you can use the Torx, which is a T15. Then you can just replace your air filter right there. First thing we're going to have to do is remove this PCV line here. Now there's two different ways of doing this. You can remove the fittings. We wouldn't remove this one, but there's one back behind there on the valve cover. Or you can pop up this little keeper right here and then pop this one off. So I'll show you that. You're also going to have to remove this electrical connector. There's a little red safety clip that you have to push up, and then you can depress that to remove it there. Then there are going to be two 7mm bolts, one right there and one right there. We'll have to take those out along with this 7mm hose clamp. For this PCV connector over here, there's a little gray tab. We're going to push the tab over and down, and we can remove this, and we'll just turn it out of the way a little bit. We'll use this radiator cap here on the hybrid cooling system to get it out of the way. Next, there are two bolts right here for the factory cold air intake. And we'll be able to remove the entire assembly. You're going to pull up. There's some little rubber keepers on there. It can be a little bit difficult, so you're going to have to give it a good yank. And we'll pull this intake tube off, pull this tube back and up, and we can remove this entire assembly here. Okay, now we've got access to the coil packs. There is a fastener on top of each coil pack that holds it down. These are all going to be 5/16, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, those are all going to be 5/16. There's one right here that has a little plastic clip on it. We're going to have to pull that off first, and then we can remove the coil packs. Alright, once you get your fasteners out, it's a good idea to go ahead and use some compressed air, blow the valve cover for debris, and you can pull your coil packs. So you're going to twist them side to side, pull them out the top. You don't actually have to unplug them. Next, we're going to use a 5/8 on an extension. It really comes in handy to have a spark plug specific socket, because that's going to pull the spark plug out whenever it's loose. The process is going to be the same for all 4 spark plugs. I'm just going to show you this one here. It's best to do this on a little bit of a warm engine. Just helps everything come apart a little bit easier. Ford spec for tightening the spark plugs is 12 Newton meters. It comes out to about 106 inch-pounds, and that is dry without anti-seize. I'm going to put anti-seize on there anyway. So these spark plugs have been in for 139,000 miles. Let's go ahead and check and see what the gap is. Pretty sure spec is double platinum on these, or maybe iridium. So we're at 55, which is right on par to what we're supposed to be from the factory, which is 53. So pretty close. Next up, we'll just put a little bit of anti-seize on these threads. Then we can carefully drop our spark plug down in. I like to kind of chase it down the tube with my finger so it doesn't drop on the grounding strap. Then we're going to tighten this by hand, start it by hand, and tighten it all the way down. Then we can torque it to spec. So that is pretty much it for the spark plugs. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the procedure on the rest of these three, and we'll leave the camera rolling. All right, well, that's pretty much it as far as replacing spark plugs. I'm going to tighten these three other 7mm screws, and then you're pretty much done. As far as for part numbers, this is what we're going to use as far as a Motorcraft OEM. You can also get NGK and Autolites and all those things, of course, at your local auto parts store. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Thanks for watching.